In today's tutorial, I want to show you how you can use a compressor on vocals. So the work of the compressor is to make the quiet part of the vocal and the loud part of the vocal to be almost playing on the same dB, because the way vocals are, they can't be picking on the same dB. Vocals are not like that. No wonder they are in frequency form. I've got my own vocal which I've recorded here. It has got the quiet part, which is this part here, ending here, then the loud part. Just hear it the way it is sounding, the quiet part, then the loud part. I'm speaking very quiet. Now I'm speaking very loud. What you can do is to send it on the mixer. We are going to apply compressor. Okay, so this is fruit limiter. So fruit limiter, when you add it, it has got two options. There's limiter here and compressor. So make sure it is on the compressor. So if I play this audio, just check it here. You're going to see that the audio here will appear. I'm speaking very quiet. Now I'm speaking very loud. And the other thing, just check here on the dBs at which the quiet part is speaking at and at which dB the loud part is speaking at. I'm speaking very quiet. Now I'm speaking very loud. So when you open the compressor, there are these knobs, these three. First, there is a threshold, a knee, and a ratio. Then there is attack and release. So sometimes default settings, most of the time, they work 99.9% when you are using them. Even if you tweak them, you can just tweak them a bit. There is a gain here. I'm going to talk about the gain when we reach at the gain. This threshold is the one which tell the compressor to say these vocals starting from this dB, when they just reach this dB, compress them. You can see that the ratio is not showing anything, but once I touch the threshold, just check. Have you seen that they are on both the knee and the threshold? The key when we are compressing the vocals, target the quiet part of the vocal. Don't target the loud part. If you target the loud part, this quiet part, nothing will happen to it. They won't be compressed. They will be just as quiet as they are, but this loud part, it will be compressed a bit, but they will be louder than the quiet part. Let me explain the knee. So the way the knee works here, if I drag it here, have you seen this straight line here? When I drag it, the way it is bending here, this one. The way the knee works, it works like this. Let me show you on the drawing. This is a vocal, right? So if the compressor which you have done is cutting, let's say here, like this. So what the knee does, it makes this, the compressor, to take place, not the way it is here, it just enters in. So the knee, it will be like this. It will create a smooth curve so that the compressor is taking place very smoothly. So back to the compressor now. When it comes to compressor, there's nothing like, I watched Fredrick, he mentioned that you should do this. Compressing changes every time. Doesn't mean that the way I've compressed the vocals today, that's the way I'm going to compress tomorrow. No, depends with the song. So just understand how to use a compressor here. Back to the attack and the release. So what the attack does, it's like this. Let me show you on the drawing. I also explain the release on the same drawing. So the way the attack works, it's the introduction of the compressor. If you have set it to be faster, it will be just doing like this. To be just attacking straight like this. But if you have set it to be slow, it will be doing like this. It attacks, then it stops, then you find that maybe this vocal, it will pass without being compressed, then again it will attack, again this one, maybe half of it will pass, then it will attack. So again with the attack, it goes with the way the vocals are going. If someone, let's say, singing fast, definitely you need to engage the fast attack. If someone is singing slow, you need to have a slow attack. Then the release is the opposite of the attack. This which is going down here, that is a release here. It attacks here, then here it release. So it's like you engage the compressor, then the compressor stops, it engages again, then it stops. Let me go back to the compressor. Let's start with the threshold as the audio is playing. So as we'll be dragging it down here, it is showing the dBs at which you want the audio to be compressed at. Then there is a ratio. The ratio, like for me, I just drag it all the way down. Then I'll work on the threshold here. So let me just reset this one and this one. So as the audio is playing, I'll drag the threshold down until I've compressed the audio. Starting from this, it will be compressed. So let me play the audio. I'm speaking very quiet. Now I'm speaking very loud. I'm speaking very quiet. Now I'm speaking very loud. I'm speaking very quiet. Now I'm speaking very loud. So I've put it at negative 24. So here again, it changes like I've explained. So now here you can't hear anything, not until I touch the ratio. So just check when I drag the ratio all the way down. Hear the vocals now. I'm speaking very quiet. Now I'm speaking very loud. Have you seen that the loud part and the quiet part, they are both peaking at negative 18. You can engage the knee. This one you can put it at where I want it to be. If you want, you can drag it all the way down. If you want, you can put it like this. It's up to you. I'm speaking very quiet. Now I'm speaking very loud. So have you seen that when I've dragged the knee, the audio has changed the way it is speaking here. It has gone to negative 9. If I drag it all the way down as well, I'm speaking very quiet. Now I'm speaking very loud. You see, so then you just engage it a bit, let's say 40%. I'm speaking very quiet. Now I'm speaking very loud. So now you have heard that the vocal has become quiet. That's where now the gain comes in. For you to compensate those frequencies which you have compressed. So let me just boost the audio a bit. So just boost it about, let's put it at 6 dB and hear the way it's going to sound. I'm speaking very quiet. Now I'm speaking very loud. So it is too quiet. You can still drag it a bit up, but 9.1 dB. I'm speaking very quiet. Now I'm speaking very loud. If I turn the compressor off, I'm speaking very quiet. Now I'm speaking very loud. If I turn it on, I'm speaking very quiet. Now I'm speaking very loud. Have you seen that I haven't touched the attack and the release? But now, the other thing, the way compressor works. So the compressor, if it has compressed the audio and you have engaged the gain, those noise which you recorded with it, you are going to hear them. That's when you can add now a noise reduction effect so that you remove that noise which has been introduced with the compressor, because the compressor, once it compresses some audio, when you boost it now, it is going to boost both the audio and the noise on that vocal. That's the reason why they advise to record in a treated room so that you avoid that noise. You can't hear the noise when you didn't compress the vocals, but once you compress it, you are going to hear background noise.